Hey, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I'm Darren, of course, and today I'm going to do something really different in my series of buying and cooking some stuff from Wild Fork. I've got me 5 sirloin steak, bison sirloin steaks. So these are a little bit different than beef sirloin steaks. They come from a bison. So these are kind of like fillets, sirloin fillets. They just say sirloin steaks, but they're kind of small, but they are sirloin, so they're not tenderloins, they're not tender. But we're gonna go ahead and sous vide and sear these off. I'm gonna sear them off on my new portable Masterbuilt, gravity-fed portable. And we're gonna season them up, of course, with some of my black garlic and coffee seasoning. All right, guys, I'll be right back, show you how we're gonna do these.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from Fire and Water.
All right, guys, so I got my stuff ready to go, and first thing I'm gonna do is actually get my sous vide cooker going. I'm gonna go ahead, get this turned on, and we're gonna get it going. So 132 Fahrenheit and 5 hours. What it's gonna do is cook it all the way through, and it's gonna tenderize it some. I'm not really sure how tender bison sirloins are compared to beef sirloins, but I know that with beef sirloins, they are a muscle that does get used some, so they are kind of a little more tough than a ribeye or a tenderloin for sure. So I do want these to tenderize some, so that's why I'm going to go 5 hours on these. It's going to make sure they get cooked all the way through to 132, and it's going to tenderize them. So all we're going to have to do when we take them out is just give them a nice quick sear, get a nice char on them. So what I'm going to do, guys, is take these out of the pack. Like I said, they're from Wild Fork. They're from, it just says tender, all natural bison. No hormones, no antibiotics, and these are the sirloin steaks. So if you're on Wild Fork, you can try these out. They're a lot cheaper than the fillets, the tenderloin fillets. So if you want to try out bison, I like to try the cheaper cuts first to see if I'm actually going to like it, see if there's any gaminess or anything like that that might put me off. Same way with lamb, I don't buy the expensive cuts, you know, especially if it's imported lamb, because I know that it's going to be gamey. So we're going to go ahead and get these out of the package. I'll get them seasoned up, put them in the bag. I'll be right back. All right, I got these out of the package, guys, and as you can tell, if you can see, they're very, very lean. So bison is a lot leaner than regular beef for sure. So if you're looking for something, a beef replacement that's very lean, check out bison. It is a little bit more expensive, but if you get, like I said, some of these cheaper cuts, and you can use sous vide to actually tenderize them so they actually turn out pretty good as far as that goes, you should be fine. Okay, like I said, guys, I'm using my Fire and Water Cooking black garlic and coffee seasoning. This is awesome on beef, pork, lamb, and bison. The coffee is going to enhance the flavors of the black garlic and the pepper, and it's not going to overpower. You won't taste a very heavy coffee flavor once you get this cooked. It's actually quite a mild coffee flavor, but definitely check it out there on my store right below this video. You can check out all my Fire and Water Cooking edible creation seasonings and sauces that use black garlic. I'm going to nice even coat all the way around. That way we can bag it up in my vacuum seal bag. The temperature is getting up there. We should be able to toss this in any minute now. And 5 hours later, we'll pull that out, check it out, pat it dry, and give it a nice sear and have a taste. There you go, guys. Black garlic and coffee bison sirloin steaks. All right, guys, I got them out of the sous vide bath. It's real easy. I'm not going to have to film taking them out of the sous vide bath. But we're going to go ahead and pat these dry because we want to get a really good sear on them. Got to make sure you get as much moisture off of these as possible. If we were going to smoke them for a long period of time, we would kind of put them on there wet, because wet meat attracts smoke. Not raw meat, but cold wet meat usually. Some people think that it's only raw meat that attracts smoke, but that's not true. So we're going to go ahead and get these all dried off. They're feeling pretty tender, even though you can't really tell that you cut into them. But just by going by feel, they feel pretty tender. I'm going to put just a little bit more of my seasoning on, just to kind of help with any that came off in the sous vide bath. And I'm going to hit each side with just a little bit of spray oil here. Since these don't have a lot of fat, thinking that I need a little bit of oil, lubricant on that grate. Now I'm using the Masterbuilt here, the portable Masterbuilt charcoal grill that's kind of like the gravity fed, so it's a gravity fed portable, and the grate on this is kind of large. They're not very skinny, so it's going to actually come out more like a overall crust. It's not going to have like grill marks like you would normally see if we were just putting them on a regular grill. So you're going to get an overall crust on this one. And then we're going to take it off and take a bite. All right, let's get over to the grill. It's all up to temp. It's actually almost 500 degrees right now, so I'll get you over there. All right, guys, this thing is, like I said, it's pushing 500 degrees. Pretty hot. You can see it. You see how I was talking about on these grates? There's just, it's going to come out more like a overall sear on here. Oh, it's hot enough. You can hear that sizzle. This will give you an idea of the room on here as well, guys. So I got 5 good-sized sirloin steaks, and it's got plenty of room. I'm going to go ahead and close the lid just to trap as much of that heat in there as I can, so I can get a good sear. We're going to do it for about a minute on each side, and then we'll see what our result is. We might flip it over and give it another minute or so, maybe a little less. But I'll be right back when we're flipping them over. All right, guys, I did about a minute and a half on each side of these. So they, the Masterbuilt Portable did a really good job of keeping the heat and keeping it hot. So it's got a really good sear on these. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and we're going to do a taste test, see how this bison sirloin turned out. I'll be back. All right, guys, we'll check these out. They look pretty awesome, I would say. Nice crust on there. Check that out. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one right in the middle, because I'm sure, look at that doneness right there. That's a perfect medium rare. Don't have to worry about that. Check that out. Go ahead and take a bite of that. Perfect medium rare, guys. Super tender. Yeah, that's a lot more tender than I would think a regular sirloin, beef sirloin, would be after 5 or 6 hours for sure. Super juicy, even though there's not a lot of fat. There's still plenty of juice because we cooked it sous vide. You can see there's actually plenty of moisture left in the steak. So check it out, guys. Buffalo sirloins from Wild Fork. Wow. And of course, this black garlic and coffee seasoning is awesome on any kind of red meat, actually in pork and lamb, anything like that, guys. So check it out, guys. Check them out on Wild Fork. Check out the seasonings down below. Thanks for watching. Check out the Masterbuilt portable gravity-fed charcoal grill as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.